And we're back with more YouTube reaction videos. This one is a dude that I've gotten into for the last couple of months named Fat. He does a lot of American Army military stories, and they are just fascinating, including this one about a World War II group and beavers. I'm going to leave it at that. It's me and a bunch of my goober friends reacting to this beaver military video. Enjoy. Chat, viewer submission, America's Airborne Beavers by the Fat Electrician. I swallowed on my own spit.
Swallowed.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
I like the Fat Electrician. I watch his videos time to time. He talks about some of the most insane people and insane events in like American military history. There's some insane shit. Okay, Operation Beaver Drop.
My favorite stories of all time, and it is the epitome of it's not stupid if it works. Today we're talking about Operation Beaver Drop, that time that a bunch of World War II veterans that worked for the Idaho Fish and Game Department got assigned the task of relocating a bunch of beavers to a different habitat, and they decided that the cheapest, safest, most cost-effective way to go about that was to strap them to parachutes and throw them out of a plane.
Pet Cafe to play with me.
USA.
I think you've heard enough.
USA. USA. What other country during World War II was like, okay, we must protect our beavers. Let's yeet them out of planes.
Get into
What
it
other
right after
places
this
have
ad,
beavers?
because I got bills. This video is brought to you by Conflict of Nations, a free online PvP military strategy game. It is based on a pool of three-type scenario.
Well, beavers are the national animal of Canada.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that this would be the Canadian Army, but it's
Iowa
not.
for obvious reasons, and my first order of business every single time is attacking Minnesota and turning them from Minnesota into Upper Iowa. They can't win a Super Bowl, and they're not going to win this battle. It's an easy W. But you don't have to attack. Remember, this is a strategy game. You can be diplomatic and form an alliance with another nation and work together. I mean, you could. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna build up my army with tanks, jets, and nuclear submarines and turn my attention to Wisconsin. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The nuclear submarines are not super helpful in Midwestern warfare, but that's the type of flexibility that Conflict of Nations allows. I've already taken over Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. I'm gonna put a nuclear submarine in every one of those lakes. Anyways, if you want to give it a try, it's available on both PC and mobile, and if you use my link and discount code down below, you're gonna get 13,000 free gold and a
I'm gonna play and I'm gonna conquer Philadelphia and call it Mangoland.
You're not me.
But I can conquer.
Conquer what?
Yeah, I didn't want to finish this sentence.
free 1-month membership. Let's get back to the video.
Hey, look, a beaver.
All right, let's just take this from the top. Beavers, okay, one of my favorite animals. Why? Because I believe it is the animal that is most similar to humans. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, what about monkeys? What about apes? What about chimpanzees? They've all got thumbs and they poke shit with sticks and they eat bananas just like people do. That's fine. I understand that they're very similar to people. But beavers are the most similar to humans in spirit.
Tails of the beaks of legs.
Nah, I'm with him. We are just big, hairier beavers.
You're a beaver.
Thank you.
We are the only animals on the planet with the audacity to walk into a new ecosystem and be like, wow, I hate everything about this.
Yeah, we suck.
What to do now?
I could A, migrate, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with option B and change everything about the world around me to make it suit me better and fuck everybody else. Now, do I enjoy the wetlands that beavers create with their dams? No, it's not my jam. However, game recognized game, because when a beaver sees running water and is like,
You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
it's no different than when it's July and it's hot out and I decide to turn my air conditioner on so I can domesticate the wind so that my balls aren't hot, okay? It's about changing the environment around you rather than changing yourself. Okay, it's just that species-wide main character energy of, I don't need to evolve anymore, I'm perfect how I am, I'm going to evolve the world around me to some shit that
I love this fucking image. This image is amazing, and I want more of it. This cat is full of aura.
I don't know what to do now.
Watch videos.
Me.
Watch Operation Beaver Drop.
I know about the fucking dumb beaver thing, dude.
How? Why? Why would you know about this?
This is like weirdly common to bring up in like the, hey, you wanna know this weird thing like circle?
I have never heard of this.
Really easy to bring up.
The American education system.
I like more. So, while I have a great childish respect for beavers, unfortunately for the beavers, between the 15, 16, 17, 1800s, their furs made dope-ass hats, and they were really popular all across Europe.
No!
And the beavers were almost hunted to extinction for their pelts. Okay, and as I'm sure you can imagine, no...
They are pretty pelts, though.
Yeah, I'd kill so many things for them.
Yeah. I'm sorry, beavers, but your fur is just way too good looking. Your skin just makes the best hats. I'm sorry. We need to kill you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Raccoons as well.
Dinosaur. I just meant your skin is like really good, like fabric.
Very nice and dewy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry. I know you just want to live your life, but I need a new scarf, and you...
It's very insulating. You know that?
Look, I want to make chapless pants out of your skin. This is what we need.
You see, it covers my junk because your junk's over it now.
What?
PETA, don't come after me.
beavers means no beaver dams,
Peter.
no beaver dams means
Please
no
come
wetlands, and no
after me.
wetlands messes up the entire ecosystem. Okay, we can't have it. We gotta quit killing all the beavers. So the early 1900s, people realized this. They put protections on the beavers, and we quit trying to hunt them to extinction and actually try to help encourage their population to build back up. Okay, fast forward like 50 years, 1945, 1946, right around then. All the young men that went off and fought World War II are coming back home. They got a bunch of money from fighting that war. They want to get a wife, build a house, have some kids, do people things. So they start expanding. And one of the places this happens in is a town called McCall, Idaho. And they start expanding, and the town gets bigger and bigger. And eventually it displaces a bunch of beavers that have been out in the woods doing beaver things for hundreds of years. And these new beavers
Nice
get
to meet
displaced,
you.
and they go out
I'm
and
Dolph.
start fucking up a bunch of farmers' fields and irrigation systems. And it gets to the point that the people in the town are just going to start shooting these beavers because they're messing everything up. At this point, the Idaho Fish and Game Department, presumably also full of World War I and World War II veterans, steps in and like, no, we're not gonna kill these beavers. These guys are awesome. They do a lot for the environment. We're gonna take them. We'll move them somewhere else where they can thrive.
We're not killing beavers. We're just relocating them.
So here's the plan. They're gonna capture the beavers alive. They're gonna drive them as far as they can on roads, and then they're gonna pack them in on horses and mules, miles and miles into the wilderness where they're not gonna be near any humans ever. And this is a complete disaster pretty much from the start. They capture the beavers alive, stick them in a cage, throw them on a truck, try to drive them hours and hours into the wilderness. This is really hard on them because beavers, they're a lot like me. I like to sit in my house in the air conditioning. They like to sit in their dams in the nice, damp, wet environment to keep cool.
Poor beavers. They just want to hang out, and now a white dude is shoving them in a cage and telling them to move 50 miles to like a reservation where it's their land, but if they get off the land, they have no control.
This is sounding very similar to certain
What do you
other
mean?
situations.
What do you mean, Carp? We would never do this to like people that look very very like similar to us, but have a different like reddish toned skin. We would never like, force them to relocate off of land that their families and generations just because we have guns and more power and more money. We would never do that.
Beavers can't keep cool in the back of an unair-conditioned truck in the mid-1940s. A lot of them are getting heat stroke, they're passing out, they're dying, they quit eating, or they get super agitated and they're very combative the entire time because they're hot. Then, even if the beavers do survive the truck ride, they're all pissed off and angry, and now they're getting strapped to a horse or a mule, and that pisses off the horse because he's got a bunch of angry beavers all over him, and now the horse is pissed off, and the whole thing just... it doesn't work. So now the Fish and Game Department is like, well, what are we going to do? We got to save all these beavers. We want to get them up in the mountains so they can build their wetlands. It's going to help protect the town from flash flooding. It's going to prevent erosion. It's going to be great for the environment. We got to save these guys. And one guy at the Fish and Game Department presumably is like, I got an idea. Hear me out. We do have an awful lot of extra surplus parachutes from
Incoming
World War
at
II
break.
laying around. And we've got a plane. Okay, now to us in 2024, this sounds insane. But you gotta remember, this is 1948, okay? There's no OSHA. There's no, like, rules and regulations and
I feel like you don't need rules and regulations to be like, hey, should we shove a lot of parachutes on top of the backs of beavers and throw them out of planes? I don't think OSHA is the reason we have common sense or respect for animals. I hope not.
It's in Idaho, which is basically the middle of nowhere at this point. Nobody's telling these guys what to do. A bunch of World War I, World War II veterans are like, huh, it's actually a pretty good idea, Jimmy. You know, it did work at Normandy, and the beavers aren't even going to have Germans shooting at them, so, I mean, pretty high likelihood they'll be...
I mean, you're throwing them in, like, middle of buttfuck Iowa. There's going to be dudes shooting at them.
Real name, by the way.
Buttfuck Iowa?
Yeah, dude.
You're seriously searching this.
Silver?
I want to know. Okay, you know what? I'm okay that we looked this up because there is bumfuck Egypt. That's all I need to know. That was worth it.
Be fine. Let's try it.
Hot damn.
So, first order of business, we got to develop a box that opens up once it hits the ground and gets the beavers to the ground safely. Pretty simple.
They're still putting them in fucking boxes. I don't know if that's better or worse. Like, one issue with the contraption, and they're just stuck in a fucking box.
I don't think a beaver would like just kind of being parachuted out.
Okay, I would love to see a picture of a tiny parachute on a beaver. I'm not saying it would be humane. I'm just saying it would be adorable.
It's basically two halves of a box with some holes drilled in it. They weave the rope through. Once the parachute lands, there's no more tension on the rope. The box just kind of falls open. The beavers get out and start doing beaver things. So first we're going to test it before we put any innocent beavers at risk. We're going to take some empty weights, put them in the boxes, go up in the plane, drop them over the practice field, see how it goes. Goes fine the first couple of times. Okay, let's try it with one beaver just for practice. So they go ahead, they pick an older male. He's out of his breeding prime, potentially dangerous to some of the younger males. If something does happen, he's lived out most of his life. They name him Geronimo because they're a bunch of meatheads and that shit's funny. So they put him in a crate, they take him up in the plane, drop him off.
I mean, it is kind of funny.
Over the practice field from 800 feet, Geronimo makes it and survives. Now, obviously, we're not going to put all our beavers in one basket because of one successful test run. We need multiple test runs to be certain that this is going to work. And now that Geronimo is technically our lucky beaver, he's going to do it again. So he does.
Oh, fuck. Why do that? Let Geronimo live in the forest. He already did it.
Geronimo does it again and again and again, and he keeps jumping, like more than 12 jumps this beaver makes, and by the end of it, the parks employees reported that
I think they're just fucking with this one beaver now.
Yeah.
Poor Geronimo. Just like the other Geronimo. No, I'm not doing another tangent.
Geronimo would actually run up to them and help them put him in the crate because he was ready to go again.
Actually, I don't know where you're talking.
Oh, I was making a sly remark of how white people took over native land.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buh! This is animal abuse, and what if one of those boxes didn't open after the parachute landed? Buh! Okay, first of all, no it isn't. I've already went over the options. A, they could stay where they were at, being displaced, and end up getting shot by farmers for messing up their crops. B, they could spend days in transit on the truck and on a pack mule suffering and potentially dying. Or C, we could throw them in an airplane, fly them there in 15 minutes, and then throw them out the side. They can get their jump wings while they're doing their Band of Beavers reenactment, okay? It's literally the best option. Okay, secondly, why are you worried about the box not opening? Like, did you think about this at all? It's a pine box, and that's a beaver, okay? Literally the only animal in the animal kingdom known for cutting down trees with its fucking face.
Look, I know that I was making fun of and, like, saying that this is abuse, but I also did think that the beaver would just eventually eat the box.
Yeah.
I have the utmost confidence that if one of those boxes malfunctions, the beaver is going to figure it out. All right, so now they have their beaver delivery method. They develop a plan. They pick out a bunch of different locations all over this wooded area where they're going to be able to drop these beavers off in groups of like 3 to 5, 2 male.
Nothing but Brazilian wax coochies.
Beaver Battle Royale.
Lot of hair.
3 females, 1 male, 3 females, something like that. Enough that they're going to be able to rebuild their own little colonies.
No,
but they're going to
Bill.
be spread out enough that they're not going to.
No one likes Beaver Night build mode.
That shit takes too long, damn.
So stupid.
Aggregate into one thing, and it's going to be a humongous boost to the beaver population. This is what conservation's all about. So they get that all figured out. They have the plan in place. They know the delivery
This
method.
day felt
Now
like
they just got to go
way
catch all the
longer.
beavers. So they go back to town, catch them all.
I don't
There's
know why.
76 of
I mean,
them.
it's still
They
the
take
day
them
for
back,
me.
They start loading them in crates, and they're going to take them up in a plane and
forgot-
throw them out
I
the
forgot
side.
you're a
And here's the
fucking
best part about
hooligan.
the whole thing.
You
I-
live
They
in
filmed it.
Poolville.
Into the drop.
I'm 3 hours behind you.
Nearly ready for that flight back into the mountain.
And this is where you can really start to see that this is a different time. I mean, look at this absolute Chad just manhandling this beaver into that crate with no safety equipment, no gloves, no eye pro, nothing. If this were modern day, that guy would have leather protective gloves up to his elbow. He'd have safety glasses with a hard hat, with a face shield, with a leather apron. He'd have 2 dudes holding his hand while he did it just to make the safety guy happy. No, this is just some angry war veteran throwing a beaver into a box like it's another 8-hour workday. It's fantastic. That's it.
Is it?
Put them in the barrel.
Is it? I feel like.
I feel like they just did what they wanted.
I feel.
Put the beaver in the box.
Yeah, it looks cooler, but I also feel like the 1940s was filled with man dies from stupid thing because he didn't put safety cautions on. And I think we forget that.
It was also full of arsenic.
Yeah, oh, that too. Man dies because most of his medicine had lead in it.
Man dies because his plates were colored funny.
Yeah.
There were green plates.
They were green wallpaper. I fucking hate you, London.
Yeah. Aren't you happy that the head of your health and your health
It's so crazy
services
how
wants to
red
go
used
back?
to be in makeup.
Wants to go back to the like 1960s?
Can we go back earlier? We're like, we just kind of like bone sawed most things.
I mean, your president wants to go back to 1870.
I don't know.
They get the beavers loaded up on the plane takes off, they drop all the beavers in their designated drop zones.
Building time.
Hmm? What did you say?
He would love that, but like I feel like he's shooting more for like ancient Egypt time, like pyramid building type shit.
I feel like every month like what he wants out of his power goes further and further into time. Eventually,
Like comical villain shit.
eventually he'll just want to like create Jurassic
It's a
Park.
Marvel plot. It's like he experiences time in reverse or some dumb shit, so he's just like doing that now.
He just wants to go to a time where one white man can have all the power.
Yeah.
So every
Well, when
Here.
that happened, in the end, usually ended in pants flying.
yeah, but he's 80. Like by the time that there's a revolt, that's his children's problem.
Yeah.
You don't think Louis the 12th was caring about Louis the 15th? It's like nah. I'm good.
75 out of the 76 survived. I don't
Louis
know how they
Lemons.
know this. I'm assuming they had people on the ground at the different drop locations to make sure the boxes opened or that the beavers made it or whatever. But apparently the one beaver that didn't make it had somehow either slipped through the crack when the rope was loose or eaten his way out of the box after they let it out of the plane. And the beaver was last seen standing on top of the box with
Jesus.
the parachute above him. And he probably would have been fine, except when he got 75 feet off the ground, he decided to jump.
Rest in peace, Daredevil Beaver.
Oh.
Okay, moment
My favorite.
over.
So on one hand, that's kind of sad, but on the other hand, natural selection. If the other 75 beavers figured it out and you didn't, it's probably on you. On a happier note, though, the boys at the Fish and Game Department decided to hook up their lucky beaver, Geronimo. This is posted in the Journal of Wildlife Management, Volume 14, Number 2, April of 1950. The article, Transplanting Beavers by Airplane and Parachute by Elmo W. Heater, Idaho Fish and Game Department, McCall, Idaho. And I quote, Geronimo had a priority reservation on the first ship into the hinterland, and that with 3 young females went with him. They had to hook up their boy. And he made it. Apparently they went to check in on him.
That's right. If you want bitches, be the first one into danger.
Beaver Island.
First one in, last one out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Beavers don't do that noise.
What's a beaver noise?
I don't know. Something
Exactly.
Like
Jarvis, pull up the beaver noises.
Oh, now I gotta look it up.
I've heard beaver noises, but I don't exactly remember what noises they make.
Exactly. They're telling you evil thoughts.
Me and my girl's ear like.
Maybe we don't need more beavers.
We need
That-
more capybaras. We need them everywhere.
Oh god, capybaras are awesome.
We need one
A couple
really
years later
big
in
one
his
that
new
speaks
column.
perfect, like English.
English?
Yeah.
What if it just spoke Spanish? Nothing else.
What if they just said every language and they were really cool and they had a British accent with all of them somehow?
That would be Paddington.
That would fucking kick ass, yeah, Paddington, but not a stupid fucking bear, but a big tubby capybara with a cool, toga.
I'd watch it.
Colony was, and I quote, very well established. And Geronimo was not unique in that, because pretty much every drop zone ended up turning into a thriving beaver colony in the following years, because they kept tabs on this entire thing. And not only did it work, it was also super cost effective, because according to this journal, the cost of transplanting one of these colonies was $30. It was $2 for the box, $16 for the surplus cargo parachute, and the flight time, man hours, and fuel totaled to $12 for a
Not gonna lie, that actually is insane. There's no operation in American history that's that cheap.
total of $30 per colony. And just to be clear, that's the actual crazy part about this story. It's not the fact that they actually had airborne...
Number bigger.
Big number.
Big number. Big dead number. If you have a fucking live webpage to see the national debt, I think you're doing something really wrong.
You need a hobby. You need to pick up pickleball at that point.
Yeah, Uncle Sam, play fucking pickleball.
I kind of want to play pickleball.
That does sound kind of fun.
Yeah.
Is it
beaver.
just tennis, or is it like anything else?
It's tennis, but shorter, so you don't have to put as much effort in.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just to go save the environment. No, that seems pretty reasonable.
45? I would probably kick ass at that.
What, Mango? I love you. Let's be honest. I don't think you can. I don't think you can do tennis now.
I don't want to do tennis. Tennis is fucking boring and they make weird noises.
So yeah, let's just.
I only like the outfits.
The outfits are hot.
True. I'd kick ass on that.
Yeah. You look good in a headband.
You've never seen me with these.
Well, your mango avatar would look good in a headband.
Oh, yeah.
When I bring you up, I'm thinking of your avatar.
I guess.
Just like when you think of me, you think of a wolf. With one good eye. Joke's on you, I actually have depth perception! Ha 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 ha!
Like one of your friends
My eyes don't work.
that just kind of show up at your house now.
You know what? If you showed up, I would my first question wouldn't be why are you here? It's how did you get across the border?
I don't know. You can walk if nice enough. They just kind of let you in.
No. Try that.
Well, the crazy part is that these guys back in the 1940s managed to get...
Like, no, apparently Canada fucking sucks ass or something.
No, we're okay right now.
Sweet.
We're not great, but we're stable.
I'll buy an electric scooter and make it like a 34th of the way there.
I mean, I think from Pennsylvania, I think you can just take a boat to, like, Ontario.
That does sound pretty sweet, actually. I want, like those big, like, steamboats with the big paddle wheel.
I don't know about that, but you could get, like, an okay lunch.
I'm hungry.
get the job done, have fun, and record it, and they did it for like $300 to $500. Because we all know in modern
I'll
times,
just
if they
order
wanted to do this,
Domino's
there'd have
from
to be like a
Canada,
It's
15
delicious.
environmental
Chef's
impact
pie,
study
like
that
hitch a
costs the
ride in
U.S.
the little, like,
taxpayers
pizza
$25 million
box
just so that
on
the
the back of
government
their
could
moped.
determine that if you drop beavers
I mean,
off
if you
in
ask
the
them
forest,
nicely, you
they
might.
will in fact do what
Yeah.
beavers do. And then once the government goes ahead and says it is in fact okay to put beavers in the woods, it's going to take another 10 years for Lockheed Martin and Boeing to bid on the contract worth $100 million to relocate 100 beavers into the woods.
Is it just me, or was that the stupidest thing we've ever seen?
Sorry, I'm ranting. In conclusion, the moral of the story is if it sounds dumb, but it works, it's not that dumb. And sometimes it's ridiculously cost effective to just let people do their job. Also, beavers are cool, and airborne beavers are even cooler. And this has been the story of America's band of beavers, the airborne paratrooper beavers that went in to save the environment. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is to buy some merch over to fatelectrician.com. Quack, bang, out.
That was awesome. I'm glad to know beavers. Also, beavers with parachutes and little airplanes. Very adorable. Beavers are cool.